Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to do some morning mobility, and I have Alex here, our good friend and neighborino. Alex is experiencing, or has been experiencing for quite some time, issues with his shoulder, namely rotator cuff issues that bother him. Today we just want to focus on his functionality through an overhead press movement. So we'll do two different tests, and then we'll do a couple different active mobility drills with him to help train the muscles involved in getting his shoulders to activate and stay square, and also to help his thoracic mobility. The thoracic mobility is namely going to be key because it's going to help the shoulder blade move around. The myofascial connections rooted through your shoulder blade all start in the thoracic spine for the most part, and besides your cervical spine. But mainly your cervical spine moves all the time, and it can have a free range of motion. If that's restricted, of course you look there, but with someone who has more of just a initial shoulder issue that's bothering them for a long time, sometimes it's easiest to try and root out thoracic mobility, because that's somewhere in space where we're not usually rotating or moving. In normal day-to-day life, we usually rotate through our cervical spine or rotate through our lumbar spine, and then we use our rotation, even our hip joint, to help that rotation of our trunk too and move around. So today I'll present to you Alex, and we'll start out with a simple thoracic mobility test. And once we do that, we'll get him measured out to see if he's even on either side of his body and how much he could improve by the end of doing the drills. Alex, come on. Say hi to everybody.
Hello.
So Alex, I'm just going to want you to have a seat here. Brief history on Alex. I guess he's 30, what now?
31 now.
Okay. And you had your first issues with your shoulder at?
Probably 1 year ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're catching him early. Hopefully we can help him out. Push yourself up a little bit onto the chair just so that you're seated upright and right to the edge of the chair with your feet flat on the ground. Looks good there, Alex. From there, I'm just going to want you, maintaining a straight spine there, to raise your arms out just about shoulder height level. Yeah, that's great. And what I did here with the stick is I just marked the center line. So we're going to run a plumb line from where the center line is, and then wherever Alex rotates to in space, you can use that plumb line to accurately measure left and right rotation of his trunk, and especially getting that thoracic spine at the very end. We want to get him to move. Let's go to the right first, Alex. Just a natural motion. Stay upright and square the shoulders. Is that it?
Yep.
Good. So I will move to measure. Go ahead and do that one more time. So just as you did before, go right ahead. $28, just as we did before filming. All right, come back to center, Alex. And now you will rotate to your left. So if you're gonna do this at home, it's just important to have a plumb line to measure from, and just make sure it's over that same spot on the floor that you initially had it when you lifted up to make room for the movement with his arms, the space of his arms and his stick. Wow, 31.5 this time, even a ½ inch better. You can come on up. So as you can see, Alex, your problem is at your right shoulder.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't take too much to figure that out when your thoracic spine cannot move fully through rotation going to the right. And hopefully we can help that out. We'll do this test once again right after we do these few movements. And just to address importance of what I was talking about before, Alex likes to do a lot of overhead presses. He likes to do jerk motion, overhead press, and without a fully mobile scapula, that occludes this joint so that when you raise up, you are compressing all types of nerve tissue, tendons, especially tendons of supraspinatus, infraspinatus, and the rotators, and that's not great for your shoulder health overall, so we really want to nip that in the bud as soon as we can if you're going to be doing a lot of heavy overhead lifting. Just to diagram it, if you were in a half kneeling position and you raised your opposite hand up, turned your thumb out to the side with your palm facing out, and then reached back with a straight elbow and reaching up as high as you can towards the sky there without driving your shoulder into your ear, you want to be able to get well past and back behind your ear in that extension motion and get a good number of inches of space, right? And if you can't do that, let's see if Alex can do that. Face this way, other way, other leg. So just left leg in front, right leg in back. Raise up, good. Turn your palm facing out and reach on back. Oh, see, it even almost knocked him over. It was so severe. See, what I don't like, he's getting back there, but his shoulder has to raise. Try and reset. Good. Now relax this top part of your shoulder. Good. Keep the elbow as straight as possible. Turn the palm out. And now reach back. There we go. That's much more functional. I'm still seeing it raise up a little bit, which I don't like, for him to keep it back there. So it just means it's a little force for me, but it's looking good. So he can do overhead press, but getting that thoracic mobility is going to help his thoracic spine to open up even more for when he really gets those heavy loads over his head and help protect his shoulder joint integrity. Okay, so first thing we want to do is get some thoracic mobility drill in. I think for you, Alex, it would probably be easiest if you kneel here inside the squat rack. Sit over your heels and then reach out in front of you here in like a child's pose, like yoga position. Okay? And then you're putting one hand behind your here, and raising that elbow up and really trying to squeeze your shoulder blades in the back to try and get that elbow as high as you possibly can. Using that child's pose position just helps your hips to stay anchored down to the floor, and also takes your opposite side rotating out of the equation, so everything is focused just on one side's thoracic mobility. This is going to be key to define a change between the right and the left. So go ahead and put your left. Yep. And then just raise on up on that elbow. Look to your left. Look. Good. Good. Can you get a little bit more? Squeezing that. Yep. Excellent. And then sometimes, if you have an assister, you even want them to place the palm of your hand right in between the shoulders and pull up to get a pec stretch there. Try the other side out. Reach all the way out for this one. Good. Nice. Any more?
That's it.
He's struggling. I'll assist. And it is tight. Good. Try again. One more time. Left and right. So with this, you just want to do maybe 4 on each side and try and hold at the top for 2 seconds about. And make sure when you go up, you're going up slowly, maybe 3 to 4 seconds. And when you go down, you go back down slowly, maybe 2 to 3 seconds. So just count it out in your head and you'll breathe through it. How's that feel, Alex?
It's very tight in
Yeah.
the shoulder. Oh, that's
Nice.
nice. Oh, yeah.
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 Oh, yeah. All right, so next you will retest and see how that has improved you.
Right.
Okay, hold your and turn to the right.
Oh, wow.
Easier.
Much easier.
Good. Back to center. And to the left. And back to center. Good. Now I'm going to measure.
There's less pressure down my spine as well.
Mm-hmm.
A lot less pressure.
Yeah, what that drill does is it just allows the spine to lengthen with the child's pose and create some space in the discs. And it also gets some nice stretching and warming up going for the tissue so that it produces more of a movement. Okay, when you're ready, go ahead and turn to the right. "31. Go ahead, turn to the left. Okay, we're cheating a little bit. Just hold this directly in front of you. That's better. 34 and a half. Let's just check that just to make sure it's good. Cut. Right there looks good. Yeah, 34 and a half.
Big change.
Yeah. Okay, and once again, let's see your half kneeling posture. Face this way, left leg in front, right leg down. Good. Okay, raise that right arm up. Good. Turn palm out. Relax in the top of your shoulder. Straight elbow. Turn the palm and reach back. Much cleaner motion. No lift on the shoulder, and you still have that same amount of space on behind the ear, which is great. Let's see the other side just for turn over around to the other side and opposite leg in front, left arm up. Good. Turn the palm facing out and reach back. Nice clean motion, the shoulder is down. Looks good. All right, Alex. So, what are we gonna do now every time we do a heavy overhead day?
Child pose.
Child
With
pose, thoracic,
the twist.
mobility.
Yeah.
There you go. And how many on each side?
4.
4. Slow counts up, slow counts down,
Yeah.
and hold at the top.
Sure.
Gotcha. And also half kneeling, reach.
Yeah. Around the back.
Yeah.
Shoulder
And the
down.
opposite arm
Yeah.
is up of the leading leg. Right?
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. Next time we'll integrate another drill too that helps a lot with the thoracic mobility and shoulder mobility, and also goes into another spot where Alex has an issue, which is his hip.
Okay. Yeah.
Cue up.
We need
All right?
that. Thanks
All
a
right.
lot.
Great work today.
Perfect, man. Thank you.